My father was from what we call the upstate of South Carolina. He was from upstate. And my mother was from the low country, around Darlington, Florence County. And in Darlington, Florence County was where all of Mama's family lived, the Irvins and the Dargans. And they had quite family traditions, and they were a big family. And so if there was ever a celebration, they all got together. And so when Mom and Daddy were getting married, they were engaged, and this is a pre-marriage party. They invited Daddy, the boys, the men cousins, invited Daddy to a party, a tea party for the men. And they were holding it on this island out in Black Creek where they would go hunting, dove hunting and stuff. And the only way you could get over there was a hand-propelled ferry, with poles in the mud. And you'd go over there on this island, and the guys always went over there, went camping and hunting, and it was really their retreat. And I assume they still do it today, I don't know. But anyway, so my father was invited to this tea party, and they had to come in dresses. They had to dress up like women because they would have a tea party. So Daddy gets there, and they ferry themselves over to this island, and they've all got on dresses and carrying handbags and have on. So now you got to understand, these men were very virile hunters, masculine men, all 6 feet tall, all, thought they were heroes. And they're all dressed up in gowns and pocketbooks. So they go over to the tea party, and they're serving straight whiskey, probably moonshine, out of teacups. And you had to sit around and drink, straight moonshine or a bourbon, whatever they're serving out of these teacups. And then, of course, they all got in fights, and they were fighting and pulling each other's gowns off. And when Daddy escaped, because being the groom, he not only got beat up by them, they threw him in the swamp. So now he's in a torn evening dress, covered with black, icky, swamp mud. And he and one of the other cousins escape, and they get in the car, and they start driving back to the farm, and they get stopped by a highway patrolman or county sheriff, and they get arrested for indecent exposure. And they get put in jail, and then my grandparents had to come get them out of jail. And my father told that story till he died, about these people he had married into. But my uncle, who's 90 and still alive, started calling my father roughhouse because of that fight, said that it took all of them to beat him up and throw him in that swamp mud. So my father died being known as Roughhouse.